Hello all. So today we'll be exploring more on the load testing part and specifically we'll going through the tool called locust. So locust is similar to the JMeter tool which is used for load testing or stress testing, which is required before you make the application live, or whenever you deploy major features you want to test how much your application can take the stress or do the load for your VMs or maybe Kubernetes pods and whatever you use in that. So it is basically used for standardizing how many users or how many loads can be supported by the application. So those things can be checked. So earlier there was a tool called JMeter, but nowadays we have a Locust, which is a wonderful tool and it's a Python based tool. So let's explore what it can do. So first of all, Locust is again an open source tool just like JMeter, which allows us to simulate millions of users to test the performance of the website and also to test how much scalable is your application or APIs, you can say, or maybe systems also. So typical use cases includes load testing of the APIs. It can be REST, GraphQL, GPRC, etc. And we can do the stress testing of the web applications before going to production, or whenever we have done the major releases, we can check periodically and how many users and how much load it can take. Then we can benchmark the system performance across various loads, etc. Then we can also determine bottlenecks. So whenever we do the performance testing and also we can see how much is the latency with particular users simulated and the load simulated. So how much is the latency of the web pages, throughput, how much will be the error rate, etc. So we have a standardized things which we can set up or know about our system. Now, for this, we will be using a concept in Python called virtual environment. So, virtual environment is nothing but it's kind of an isolated environment where even in your own laptop, we don't need to install or have the admin permissions. You can just create a separate directory and do all the testing stuffs there itself. So, it will create the virtual environment, and within the particular folder, you will have all the access. So, from there, you can have system-wide installations of Python and independently install the packages, etc. So next is like we'll see how to create the virtual environment first. So I'll just go and create a directory called locust test, and then I will install the virtual environment module and activate it with the help of source command. Okay, so I have created the locust test directory and I have changed the directory to it. So I'll install the uh, virtual environment module. So in my case, I have already installed before, so it should not take much time because it may be there in the caching and all. But in your case, if it takes time, no need to worry. So once you do that, so we will be seeing that we have a directory called VNV, and inside the VNV, it will download all the libraries and what all things it requires for the current setup, and then we'll activate that. So again, we need to activate that with the help of source VNV bin we have, and then we have the activate. So once we have activated, we can see here our virtual environment is loaded here. So now what we will be doing is we need to install locust here. So instead of like if you have restricted permissions over your laptop or your workstation or server, so you can have you can follow the same process what I have done, whatever I have followed. So you in this directory inside the particular directory called locust test, you will be the admin having everything system wide permissions, and here will be installing the locust. So again, for that we need to upgrade your pip. So I'm using Mac, so this is my command for the wheel and all. So you can just follow the same instructions or just install your upgrade your pip. So I have just run this command, and then again I'll got with the pip install locust. So all these things I have already downloaded and installed. So it will not take much time for me because most of the things will be cached. But in your case, it may take some time. So we can see the locust installation has started here. So it has started here and it installed the packages whatever is required. And now we will be creating this test file. Basically, you can create the test file and scrape through the website. So I have my already test file created. So maybe I'll just move it here. So this is the file I created, which means this is a Python based file, and here I am importing all the classes which we need, so or libraries which we need, where I am using HTTP user, task, and between. Now HTTP user is to simulate the HTTP behavior of the website. Task is specifically to perform the task, and between is to take some gap between the time, or whenever we explore the website, it will take some time in between that. These are the basic things we'll be doing. And then I have defined the class my user, where I am passing the HTTP user, and here we have a wait time variable being set, and it is set between 1 and 3. And then in the task, so basically task is the part where we define the function and simulate the user behavior of accessing various websites. So we are accessing the class variables with the help of self.client.get, and it is calling the HTTP method, and then accessing various websites. Within few minutes, we will be seeing like whatever website we pass in the CLI. So all those things will be that particular website will be accessed, and particularly it will be accessing all these paths whichever I have mentioned with respect to the website. So it is just simulating the user behavior from here, and between is basically to give some time in between to the wait time, so that whenever we access the website, it will be considering this wait time. This is the explanation of the simple locust file which we created. Now I will show you how to run the locust file, and we'll be seeing this. It will create a temporary web server where we can pass different kind of values in the locust. And this is the command which will be using locust f -f. We'll give the file name, and then we'll giving the hyphen host, and we'll give the website part. So locust -f locust.py, which is our script which is written in locust file. And then I'm finding the host, typing the host. So my host is my own website, which is https skillcrash.com, and whatever paths I have defined over the locust file.py, it will be accessing the same. So it will temporarily make an application up and running, and where we'll see how to feed some values and get started with the load testing. And we can see it has started over localhost, and the port is 8089. So let's open that, and we can see our locust UI is up and running, and we have already mentioned the host over the CLI, which is here, and we can see various other things, which is status is ready, RPS is 0 as of now, failure is 0. So we'll see what this UI can do. Here we will be passing the number of users, so how many users you want to simulate for concurrent users to run. So maybe I'll say 5, and ramp up is the how many users per second should be started. So maybe let's keep it 1, and this is the host already. We can go to advanced option, and we can give the for how many minutes or seconds this load test should run. So maybe I'll give just 1M, which means 1 minute. So let's start that. And by the way, this is the website, and this is my website, and I have listed all my courses which I am selling over here. So you can just go through the website. So this is the same website we'll be scrapping or doing the load testing with the help of the locust tool. And we can see it has like it listed whatever things which we have mentioned over the script, that is going to the home or the index location of the pass, root context slash, then it is about us page, contact us page, success story, etc. All pages are accessed, how many requests are being passed currently, how much is the failure rate, what is the median millisecond for the response, and again 95 percentile, what is the 95% of the time, how many requests are passing, with the help of how many milliseconds it takes to get the response, and all those things. You can see what is the average and minimum, maximum, etc. So all those things we can explore here in the dashboard. It is still running. So in the meanwhile, you can see the chart. So total number of requests per second is you can say it is how the RPS is increasing here, and it has went up here. And then what was the response time? So initially the response time was very high, and drastically it was we can slowly it became constant here. Similarly, average response time, you can see from here the number of users which has simulated from, like as we have mentioned, maximum was 5. So it has moved from 1 to 5. It has stepped up, and it is stable after that. And again, you can go to whatever if we have any failures. So as of now, like we didn't have any failures because I just put very little value in that, and we'll see gradually if once we increase what will be our failure rate and exceptions, etc. So as of now, everything is good. So all the pages are served, and everything looks very good actually. So I'll just create a new one, and I'll just give maybe maximum number of users. I'll give 60, and every 1 second maybe I'll increase with two users, and I'll go to advanced option, and maybe I'll run for 3 minutes, or maybe let me ramp by 5 users. So we'll see how the load will increase, and basically how will getting the number of requests, and so many requests will start failing here. At least I expect some of the failures for the respective pages. Let's also visit my website. It's still okay as of now. It is able to sustain that load, and we can see I mean, it is not able to sustain that page, and it has rate limit part which has been executed, and our page is down. And we can see the total number of failures here. So this is the total number of requests for the particular pages. This is the failure rate. So with this, I mean, we can get like keep on testing, and we can get the standard benchmark, like how many requests can be supported with the current infrastructure deployed for our website, how many requests are passing a fail. So what is the ideal standard load which our current infrastructure can bear, and what is the idle users, RPS, etc. it can support. And finally, you can go and see here what are the failures here, how is the number of failures, what is the error here. We can see those things, exceptions, any current ratio. And finally, you can also, if you wish, you can also download the report in HTML. Just go to here, you can just download this thing. You just download here, it will go and download it for you. If you want it in the Excel, you can just get the same in Excel. That's it for now. So I'll just stop this the load, and I'll also stop it from here. So again, all the report whatever we got there, we are also getting the CLI. So if I refresh now, this should be down, and we can see the locust is down. So that's how easy it is to generate load using locust tool. Thanks for joining for the tutorial. If you really like the video, maybe like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and also share it with your friends and family.